Welcome back to ZoomTV. You're just in time for this week's Celebrity Hitchhiker, and it's Damian Martin, captain of the Perth Wildcats. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks for having me on.
Wow, thanks for coming on, mate. I've got to tell you, coming down and seeing a professional setup like this takes me back to when I used to play basketball as a kid.
No, it's great. It doesn't remind me of where I played basketball as a kid. We had one court and about 3 chairs along, and there's mum, dad and a brother there. So, no, it's great to be able to have this as our training facility.
You're playing in the big league. What does that feel like to get paid to play basketball?
It's unbelievable. It's something. I actually quit basketball to play rugby league when I was 15 years old, growing up in country New South Wales. And then my former coach, he was coaching over there, and he convinced me to come back to basketball, and was the first person that said he believed I could play it professionally. Before that, I never even thought about it. So to run out from a first ever game, it was incredible over in Sydney, and then that team folded. But the silver lining of that team folding was I moved over to Perth with the coach, and now I get to play in front of 14,000 people wearing red, and it's just incredible feeling every single time.
10 years ago, the NBL went through a bit of a change, like most businesses, and had to restructure, and during that time, a few teams, lost out. But leading the charge, making the big charge back, is the Perth Wildcats. Yeah,
you're exactly right. The NBL came close to folding completely as a league, but the Perth Wildcats, and behind it is Jack Bendat, and he led the charge in rejuvenating the league as a whole. And we took the gamble of moving from Challenge Stadium, where we had 4,500 people showing up to every game, selling it out, to Perth Arena. And if we only had the same 4,500 people, from an atmosphere point of view, it would have been horrible. But instead, the Perth people have responded with 12, 13, 14,000 people to the game, and that's going across Australia as a whole now. The numbers are up league-wide. You've had a lot of success on the court, especially over the last 5 years. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be part of 2 championship-winning teams, and hopefully I'm now 30, so I probably don't have that long left in me, so hopefully I can get a few more rings before it's all said and done. But after I won my last one, I went and celebrated with Luke Longley, who obviously won 3 NBA championships, and as a present to himself, he made a custom-made Harley Davidson with 72 and 10, which was their record that season, his number, a Bulls logo, and then he said, "Oh, I know what you guys earn, so if you win, maybe you'll get a custom-made scooter, a little Vespa." So he put things in perspective, but to hear his stories of Jordan and Pippen, and I tell my stories of Grace and Vlahov. Okay, mate, now it's time for the serious part of the interview. You ready? I'm ready. The Fast Five. Okay, the first question is, what was the car you first owned? A 1996 Toyota Camry that I went on to sell to a current teammate. It wasn't a good buy by him, so I laugh at him every day when he breaks down. Well, I hope he's shorter than you, because he'd be sitting in the back seat otherwise. Exactly. What is your opinion of the best car? Like, you drive along or you see a car and you go, I want that car. I see a lot of luxury cars that blow my mind, but it's the vintage ones that really turn my head. But in saying all of that, my dad's first car was an EH Holden, 1964, and he used to be able to start it and unlock it with a 20-cent piece. And I think it'd blow his mind if he ever showed up home and that was waiting in the garage. Now, what car do you currently drive? I've got a Holden Captiva, so I drive around even though I don't have kids or anything, but I love it. Love the extra room in the back, and probably a little bit of a hint to my wife that it might be time. Now, the final question. What's your greatest fear? Since moving to Western Australia, it's sharks. So I don't go in baths, I don't go into pools, I don't go in the ocean. No body of water is safe in Western Australia because of the sharks. Now, mate, I don't know if you know, but there was a time where I was the best player in the hills. Under 13s, fair enough, but yeah, I was the best. We do have one contract spot left, so I'll bring the coach down and I'll see what we can do. Well, what I'm thinking, because I'm pretty sure I missed out on an opportunity, so I'm thinking a little dirty street, my friends versus your friends, quick, short game, and let's just see what I got. I'll see if I can get a hold of some of my friends, and that sounds challenge accepted. Challenge accepted, there you go. Mate. I'm excited. Now, if you want to know anything more about Damian Martin or the Perth Wildcats, make sure you go to their website. You can find their link at zoomtv.com.au, and you heard the man, there's going to be a little dirty grudge match after the break when my friends take on his.